I like the name that you've tabled for this week because he's someone who we could see thrust into NHL duty soon if one of the goalies from his parent club gets traded in the coming days. So let's talk Clay Stevenson of the Washington Capitals.
So if you don't know anything about Clay Stevenson, I don't blame you. He was undrafted goalie signing. Right now, he is 25 years old, so he's an older goalie prospect. But last year, he was playing the ECHL, and he had a pretty solid season, a .916 save percentage with the South Carolina Stingrays. But this year, he's been all in the AHL. And, we've been talking so much about Dustin Wolf being the best goalie in the AHL. He finally has his match. It's Clay Stevenson with the Hershey Bears. He's got a .932 save percentage this year, a 1.82 goals against average, and a record of 18-7-2. He's doing so much of that heavy lifting for that team, a team many expect to have a really good playoff run this year. And it seems like they've run through some different goalies in the last couple of years and have had a couple of really good options, but not to the level of what Clay Stevenson's doing right now. The former Dartmouth college goaltender only played one season of college before turning pro. He was a late bloomer. He played as long as possible in the BCHL. Great numbers there in his final season, but nothing too crazy beforehand, and that's why he didn't get drafted. But everything he's done since about 2019 has shown that this goalie does have something. And, if the Capitals do end up trading a goalie, whether it be Charlie Lindgren, whether it be Darcy Kemper, I don't think that's going to happen. This is a guy that's going to go out there and I think really impress people because all he just seems to do is win games and lead his team in situations where they probably shouldn't win. So the numbers are awesome. This is someone who I think should be playing in the NHL sooner rather than later. He did get a contract extension to stick around, so that's key. But we've talked about Pyotr Kochetkov a lot, and the type of guy that who kind of just when he was like really young, when he was 17, 18, he wasn't getting a ton of attention, and he really started to figure it out, and now he's one of the best goalie prospects. I think maybe on a more of a different scale because it took longer for Stevenson, a similar guy that I just think is too good for the AHL and needs those starts, but he's got some other goalies to kind of overcome there. So I like Clay Stevenson. What a find for the Washington Capitals. I've written about him a few times in my prospect roundups, and I probably will keep doing it because he's just playing that well. Like this guy's just doing some great stuff with Hershey this year. So someone who I do expect to be challenging for an NHL spot next year just because he just keeps winning games and you kind of just can't stop that. He's really technically sound. He's got the size. He's got everything going for him. I think he's a guy you got to keep watching.
Very interesting. And I agree with you as someone, because in my own league format, like you have goalies from a team, from a franchise, because that's how we sort of stop teams from going crazy with the streaming and churning the waiver wire. So like I had for much of the season, I just had all the Capitals goalies. So I was getting good looks at Clay Stevenson and Hunter Shepard because Lindgren and Kemper kept getting nicked up and hurt. So I was impressed with what I saw when I was taking a closer look at Clay Stevenson and the Capitals. I think Charlie Lindgren is a name that might pop up if a team wants more of an affordable rental coming up to the deadline. So we'll see what happens there. But I know he's been someone who's popped up in some of our reporting in recent weeks. Long shot to get traded, but could. So you'll definitely want to keep a close eye on Clay Stevenson.